Hey guys, it's Holly here and I'm with Dr. Lane Norton and it is now week 15 of my WBFF World's Contest Prep Series.
So let's just get rid of the elephant in the room. What are you wearing?
Well,
What you wearing, girl? How you doing?
do you like my vest, guys? Look at me. This is really heavy.
I like to see you with it off, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, so would I. So this is the biggest change this week.
Yeah.
We are adding in 20 pounds of weight.
Yeah, so obviously I'm sure you guys are going to have a lot of questions. So right now, Holly's calories are pretty darn low. And she's been stuck for about 5 weeks.
It's now 6 weeks still
it's
stuck.
Really, I think that, again, next year, no competing. Because your energy expenditure has gotten so low. It's just incredible.
Yep.
Obviously, 6 months of reverse dieting wasn't enough for it.
No. Damn.
But that being said, we are where we are now.
Yeah,
and
can't do
we've
anything
committed
about
to the
that.
show. So I think that, so we have two options: decrease calories, which are already very difficult to manage for you, or increase your activity, also difficult to manage for you because your time.
Yeah, I just don't have any more hours in the day. Like, honestly, I'm just like...
Yeah, when people say to you that
I'll
like
just
these
do
people
some
are,
more.
Oh, I do 2 hours of cardio a day, and it's like, do you have a job?
I'm like, how do you do all that? Yeah, honestly. So,
So thinking about ways that aren't going to take more of her time, but also can increase energy expenditure, we came up with the weight vest. Now, I didn't come up with this idea.
no, this is not a revolutionary thing. So
Yeah.
this is based on some literature from a couple of people actually have done this now.
Well, a couple case studies.
Yeah.
When you diet, part of the reason your energy expenditure goes down is the fact that you are losing weight.
You weigh less.
So
you have less of
since
a
you weigh
requirement.
less, you have less to carry around, less weight to move around. That is part of the decrease in daily energy expenditure.
Yeah, and your resting
So,
metabolic rate as well.
Replacing that lost weight can help. And there was actually a case study that James Krieger did on. It wasn't published, but he talked about it on his website. And he had a client basically just start out his diet at maintenance calories and add a weight vest. And I think it was maintenance calories. No, I'm sorry. It wasn't maintenance. It was a slight deficit. And start out with like a 5-pound weight vest on. And then when he lost a certain amount of weight, they increased it to 10 pounds and then 15 pounds. They basically stayed a little bit ahead of his weight loss.
Yeah.
And he never had to decrease his calorie intake. Never really had to. I think he had to increase his cardiovascular work a little bit. And anecdotally, from the two people I've read from who have talked about this, they have not had some of the... They have described the contest prep as being easier than what they had done before, where they felt like they didn't get as much brain fog and they weren't as tired and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I wish I had have done that weeks ago because
I did mention it.
I have all of the brain fog. Yeah, well, we had other shit going on. I didn't clearly think that it was a priority.
I just didn't think you would do it from a fashion sense.
Are
like
you
you're
serious?
so-
As if
yeah.
you know me, I like food. You seriously didn't think that I would be like, oh, if I could eat more.
You also care about how you look. That's okay. That's okay.
Okay, let's just set the preference
But
here.
yes, I can see how
I would
food
not go
would be the
out
priority.
to dinner with like a nice
Right.
dress on and wear this. Oh my God, no.
Pussy.
But thankfully, we're entrepreneurs. We have our own business. I can come to work every day and I can wear this. It's just like
that's the other point is you've really got to wear it all the time.
Hence why I'm wearing it now.
We do take it off when she trains, so it doesn't impair her training.
Yeah.
But like she wakes up, she puts it on. Like after she gets out of the
just
shower.
see me in the shower with my white vest on. I don't do that, but I could.
Getting ready naked.
So the first day...
I came home, all she was wearing was the weight vest.
Everyone is going to ask me the brand, where I got it from, how much. I'm going to put that in the description below. So if you want to know where this is from, I just got it on Google. Very simple, very affordable, considering that it's £20. Yeah, so we'll put that info in.
Basically, keep it on. Don't take it off till you go to bed. And that's kind of how we're doing it.
Yeah.
Now,
it made a significant difference actually to my my heart rate. So I'm usually on the weekends I go and do a spin class, and this weekend I opted to do a Stairmaster set instead. And I noticed just keeping the levels and everything exactly the same. Obviously, you're adding weight; it's more difficult, but I didn't realize how much more difficult it was going to be. And my average heart rate for the 20-minute intervals that I was doing was probably a good 10 beats per minute more for the same equated time, same level, same difficulty, or meant to be same difficulty. So I was very impressed. And then I've tried to walk with this on the treadmill when I do my warm-ups at the gym, just out walking around. Like it's taxing. Like I feel like it's stuff.
I did have to run it out to you because you forgot it at the gym earlier. So this past week, didn't really see any weight loss. So we are probably going to have to make an adjustment once we look at the data.
We talked last week about taking a few high days, and we'd planned a few.
We did. So we kind of sat down, and you had a diet break plan. You had a diet break plan that you never took a few weeks ago.
Right.
And I just looked at, at this point, you don't have a magic ball. You don't know what's the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. But I felt that you were just going crazy. Like you were really having trouble hitting your macros. I was noticing licks, bites, those sorts of things, as well as like you were just really feeling like you were down.
I was like, if I had to describe my mood, it was like 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
Across the board of emotions, just everything.
So I felt like, let's do a 4-day mini diet break. Let's get you in a positive frame of mind, and then let's hit it hard for the last month.
Yeah. And
so we went down to Fort Lauderdale this past weekend because we got invited to fish with Captain Matt Budd. And but we decided to make a weekend out of it, so we went down on Saturday.
You should see the fish.
That sailfish was a good workout for you.
It was really tough. We had a blast. I'm glad that we went and did that. So I guess one of the things that immediately sprung to my mind was like, I'm away from my routine. I'm not at home. The gym's not an issue. Like we managed to find ways to train. That's not a problem, but it's always tempting. You want to eat out when you go away. So I prepared a bunch of food before I went down on Thursday night. So I had some just protein sources, and that kind of did get me through some of those meals. Yep. We ate out twice, mm-hmm. but I sat there with my scale. I'll actually be putting a video up about that this week. I went out to breakfast on my own one of the days when Lane went out fishing on the first day, and everything is to the gram. Nothing was not accounted for, which is good. So it was a really good mental break. My calories were still not high. I think we went pretty conservative on Friday. We were aiming. I literally just took them to 1,500 calories. That was it.
And then we did 1,600,
1,700 on Sunday, 1,700 again on Monday, and that was my 4-day diet break.
How did you feel after that? Do you feel a little bit refreshed?
I do. It was definitely, I could have just, honestly, you're just ravenous. At this point, there is no point in the day where I'm not just I could just eat that whole thing and probably eat double. Today we had a celebration for Lane getting 300,000 followers on Instagram, by the way. Well done. And it was a delicious carrot cake with
as soon as I came in, I was like, oh, that's nice, but I feel bad for Holly.
Yeah, I know. And I weighed out 30 grams of icing, and I'm like, that's all I
And then I had to say something to you, and then you growled at me while you were holding the knife.
So, yeah, it's been tough. I'm just hungry all the time, and those calories are just still so low compared to what I could eat just normally. So
McLean referred to this as the energy gap, where more energy is desired than is required.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but no,
we have to be very careful with that post-comp.
Yeah.
Like, we got to be very careful with that.
That'll be really
Because I know
crucial.
you want to do a conservative reverse, but
it's going to be tough. I actually made a comment about that on a client today that's just started doing her reverse. She's about 5 weeks in, and honestly, I think that the reverse diet can be just as challenging as the diet phase itself, because you are no longer, you don't have these external motivators anymore where you can look in the mirror, you see progress. It's totally an intrinsic desire. You can't see metabolic repair happening. All it's gauged by is the amount of food perhaps and the portions that you get to eat. And honestly, at that point, when you're no longer driven to a goal and you're just, you've really got to be diligent and have your wits about you. It's like, and how much do you want?
You're an obliger, so you need that extrinsic
I need
goal.
that external motivation to kind of stick to something. So it's going to be tough. But anyway.
Well, the good thing is I think you're looking at powerlifting meet in December.
Yeah, that'll give me something to focus on that's completely, external. But yeah, let's go and have a look at my compliance this week. We're going to talk about what I'm going to do this coming week and into the next. We've got 25 days. And we don't know, like we've been talking about me getting down to...
I think you got 3.5 kilos to get off, so it's a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be a crunch. It's just hard when you stagnate and, you're...
But we also know that you tend to lose in chunks.
I do, I really do. And
you'll be stuck, and then boom, 2 kilos comes off.
Yeah,
so.
I'm excited to see what happens in the next 25 days. It's going to be big, but it's going to take every ounce of my will, and I do feel sorry for you. I did suggest to Lane that I'll just go and buy an apartment and I'll just hang out for the next 3 weeks on my own. So that he doesn't have to. It's
always a good way to start off a marriage.
Yeah, perfect timing. I'm just like, I'm just moving out for 3 months while I diet so I don't kill you. Anyway, let's go look at my data. Okay. So here is the week that has passed. So this is into like 7th week without a break. However, we took a break. Right. Where's best to start? Let's just start with my weight. This was coming off a period, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So I was still kind of trying to get back down. And that's the problem. Females, we just have everything against us. I feel bad for us. Periods.
Yeah, but it shouldn't impede fat loss.
No, but it causes your weight to fluctuate, and then you have to second guess your calories because you're seeing an artificially inflated.
But I think that's why it's important to do comparisons to what you did previously.
I know, but sometimes my weight does not always do the same thing when I have my period. I mean, it usually goes up, but sometimes it's 2 kilos, sometimes it's 1 kilo. And that's pretty big differences when you're trying to be specific for a prep. You know that. Anyway, started at 65. Thank God, I was just hitting it here, going hard. So my weight was dropping. I don't know, what happened Friday? I think I had a 3,000 or 4,000 milligram sodium intake on Thursday night. That would be my guess. Because I remember I woke up and I was like, what's wrong? I remember saying that to Lane. Anyway. Yeah, so look, now, a kilo overnight. Makes no sense, but it probably was something to do with sodium.
This is the part of contest prep I do not miss. By the end, I just got up and would look at the scale, and it would just completely, I would be so angry just based on what I would see. And that's the hard, I hate that.
Well,
shit.
You know what, that happened again today. I got on the scales, but I was like, okay, but I did just take 4 days of high calories, and thankfully nothing great.
If you want, I mean, I can always just look at it, and you
No, it's motivating me to just keep pushing. I just know. The thing is, I'm seeing physical changes. It's just not being reflected on the scale.
You pushing harder than a woman in labor.
Yeah, so this week I actually did 6 weight sessions, but part of the reason that I did that, and I mentioned this on my Instagram story the other day, was that on Saturday when we drove down to Jupiter or Fort Lauderdale, that was 4 hours of us sitting in a car, which is 4 hours I don't normally sit for. So I had my weight vest on, but it's not the same as standing. So, and also on Friday, I had to drive all the way down to Orlando, which turned out to be 5.5 hours sitting in the car because of traffic, which just, you can imagine my head was exploding. Yeah. So a lot of extra sitting this week. So that's calories I would normally spend. So we went in, did another weight session on Sunday. Oh, you were so
angry on Friday. I remember now.
Yeah. We had a few good work conversations in the car on the way down, and that was fun.
No, I'm talking about, that's Saturday. I was talking about Friday when you went to Orlando.
Oh yeah, I said it was awful. It was crappy. And poor Jen hurt herself at the gym too. Cardio is right up. Let me do some quick steps here. So I did two...
So that was Diet Brain because her name's actually Lynn.
Oh, what did I say? Jen.
Jen.
Oh, my God.
Sorry, Lynn, if you're watching.
Oh, my God.
It's just Diet Brain.
I was thinking Lynn Green, and it came out Jen. So, 40 steps, 40
You
minutes
just
on the
created
stairs.
the contraction of that word that doesn't even make sense.
I made sense in my mind. So normally I've been doing 40 minutes of stairs, which I
Maybe
still
you should
do.
move out.
However, this week I added in 45-minute stairs with the weight vest. Normally that would be a spin class. So also a spin class on Tuesday. I've got a bunch of walking in here, 20, 30, 60, 70, 80, 90, 130 minutes of walking, and then a 90-minute bike ride on Sunday. So I'm just active. And still only a 500-gram average weight drop. But the positive out of all of that was I did get to eat more on Friday through Sunday. In fact, Monday as well, into the new week. You can see that I am really practicing good behaviors with my nutrition because I really haven't gone over my carb target at all. It's just...
God, your protein was high.
But that's just my behavior now. Like, I'm so used to making low calorie choices that are just protein only.
Yeah, protein's more satisfying.
And it really is. Like, I'm actually happy. I could have gone out and used that, practicing maintenance, as we'll call it, or diet break, to eat gluttonous foods, but it's just not smart. No. You want to maintain all those good behaviors so that, it doesn't set you back. So, yeah, I targeted 1,500 calories on Friday. Could have eaten 20 more. Probably wasn't keen at that point. 1,700 on Saturday and Sunday, which I did, but did add in, I think it was a glass of wine on Saturday, just for that mental, wanting to go out and just have a nice wine and enjoy my husband. And then we had a drink or two at the pool on Sunday at the hotel, which was nice. But yeah, so calories were good. My weight still stayed low this morning. Or Monday we actually went out fishing.
Yeah, we were up early, so we didn't take it.
Yeah, didn't take my weight.
It would probably been high.
Well, probably, I don't think it would have been, considering what it is today.
Maybe. Yesterday
I did no activity. Just went out fishing and then sat in the car for 4 hours. So
yeah, it wasn't like you weren't doing anything on the boat because you were walking around. You had that sailfish. She caught a big sailfish, by the way.
Yeah, I
60-pound sailfish.
Fish.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Anyway.
How beautiful was that fish?
Yeah, I actually like the bonita better.
Really?
They're really pretty. Like,
yeah,
super
they are pretty.
Yeah.
Mr. Bonita had to meet the Goliath grouper.
Oh. We've got some really cool photos.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, this week, considering I did get to take my calories up, I'm stoked that my weight still came down on average, which...
We need to see... So we're going to see 63.5 next week. That's what we're going to see.
We are going to see 60. We're going to do kilo chunks, and that's probably going to happen because based on how I'm feeling...
Yeah.
It's probably going to happen.
So let's get it.
Okay, so this week, Lane's skipping ahead. I think
we're going to have to do away with that diet break.
No. We're going to just go straight into diet. 14. Where's there a mistake? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
No, it's because you don't make the diet week. If there's a break, you don't
call I'm not. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
All right.
Okay, so this week I kind of preemptively have gone in and...
If it makes you feel any better, I've done 90 grams of carbs and 30 grams of fat before.
Really? I can't even imagine you doing that. You would be like...
About the same time you were. I'm the kind of person that, like, I'm probably... It's probably what didn't help me that much because it just made me so tired. But, yeah, I just got to the point where I'm like, fuck it. I'll do whatever it takes. I don't care if I've got to eat nothing. Which probably wasn't good, but, I did win, so...
So, yeah, 90 carb, 30 fats, 1,250. Let's just do a quick calculation, guys, because I'm sure you're wondering like whether that's safe for me to actually do. It is safe. Based on my lean body mass, which we've been pinching at 12.2 this morning.
You were 12.
Right?
You're 12, yeah.
So I'm 64.5 average this week times 0.88. So I've got 7.74 pounds of fat mass. Minus 7.74. Is that right?
Yep.
So I'm 56 kilograms of lean muscle.
56.7.
1250 divided by 56 point, what was it?
76.
76, thank you, Mr. Memory. So I'm sitting at 22 calories per kilogram of lean body mass. Now we are scraping the barrel here. So usually we don't set anybody less than
We don't like to go under 20. Yeah.
20 is the lowest, and it's just not fun. I would never do this with Gen Pop. No way would I ever wish this upon someone, except for those that are doing contests.
And I think this points out too that this is not something sustainable. So when you see people that like post pictures of them being lean and that sort of thing, like
Shreddy.
like oh, I want to look like that. This level of body fat is not healthy. It's not healthy. It's not something you're gonna feel good on.
No, I've lost my period. I don't have my period.
Yeah. So like just because somebody has abs doesn't make them healthy. So try to remember that, guys. That's not to say you shouldn't want abs, but a contest-ready physique is not a physique that should be maintained for the majority of people. There are a few with very high levels of energy expenditure who are very lean naturally, who can do it, but it is not the normal thing. Most people cannot do it and should not do it. And if you see people who are really lean all the time, typically they live a very restrictive lifestyle, or they're on drugs, or they hit the genetic lottery. You may not be any of those. So it's all about what you're willing to trade. Yes, you could be you could stay very, very lean all the time if you were willing to not have any kind of life and feel miserable all the time. So at a certain point, you have to ask.
I enjoy being sane.
Yeah, at a certain point, you have to ask.
But it's funny though. Like you talk to some people, and restriction for them is not difficult. Like,
you're not one of those people.
No, I'm clearly a foodie. Like we were chatting with Lauren. She's like, I don't find dieting hard. She's like, I just do it. I don't really care. I don't even drink. I don't do this. I
just don't like the energy. Like as far as like missing out foods, like I don't like when I get very hyperphagic because I'm so low energy and I'm so tired. That's what I don't enjoy. I don't enjoy like not enjoying training. But like as far like you know me, I can give a fuck less about food. It's just.
Yeah, and now I'm both is not enjoyable for me now. Like I'm not really looking forward to any sessions when I go to the gym.
But the point being is like you not being able to go out and eat and enjoy yourself, like that is a serious constraint on your life and impedes your happiness.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely something I enjoy. Well, guys, there
Pick
it
the
is.
wrong sport, honey.
I know. 25 days, that's it. So yeah, going absolutely hard at it right now. This is going to be tough. I'm not making any adjustments to my training because we've added the weight vest. I'll just be wearing this to help expend more calories during the day, hopefully when I'm walking around. So yeah, I'll be sticking to 2 45-minute spin classes, still aiming for that 8,000 steps because that's literally all I can do in a day with what I do and my weights training. So yeah.
Like the video, subscribe, follow, and please.
All the links are down below if you want information
buy our
about the
stuff.
books.
It helps us put out these videos.
It does. Thank you.
Catch you next week, guys.